Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew got married on Saturday, February 10th in Barbados to Diane Prince Drew. In a post on his Facebook page, the Prime Minister said, "It is with a grateful heart that I inform you of my marriage to my wife, Mrs. Diane Prince Drew. The wedding took place in the beautiful CARICOM sister island of Barbados on 10th February 2024 in the presence of God, as the ceremony was officiated by Reverend Father David Yard of the Anglican Church. The ceremony was attended by my mother, my son, and my sisters, and the close family members of my wife. I therefore officially introduce you to Mrs. Diane Prince Drew. We ask for your prayers and support as we embark on our new life together." This is the first time since 1995 that the Federation has what is commonly referred to in international circles as a First Lady. I'm Andre Huey for SKN Newsline. The police are investigating an incident that caused the deaths of 2 children in Upper Monkey Hill, St. Peters, St. Kitts. The incident was first reported on February 9th, 2024 at about 6:25 p.m. Responding to the scene at the home of 35-year-old Calandra Keynes, the mother, police found 4-year-old Calacia Keynes, a girl, and 6-month-old Kevon Keynes, male, in a bedroom. Both were unresponsive and subsequently pronounced deceased at the scene. Ms. Keynes was found alive in another bedroom. The crime scene unit of the Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force processed the scene and collected some items of evidential value. An investigation into the incident is ongoing, and the general public will be kept abreast of any key developments. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew, who is away on personal business, published a video statement on his social media page.
It is with a heavy heart that I come before you tonight. And even though I'm away on very personal business, hearing what happened today has caused me to come before you and to make this the #1 priority. Hearing of the loss of lives of 2 innocent children in the area of St. Peters, my community. And even though investigations are going on, we don't fully understand what has taken place. We know that 2 beautiful lives have been lost. And I take this opportunity to extend my deepest condolences to all of the residents of the area and to the family and to those who know and love these children, and to the Federation and to you, the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. This call for all of us to really work together as a people and as a community to support each other so that things like these would not happen in our community. I want to thank the police thus far for the investigation. However, most importantly, let us express our love, let us express our care to those who are hurting at this time. I am personally feeling the hurt that is going through the community. That this type of occurrence should not be taking place. And while measures are being taken to ensure that they don't, nonetheless, we must now come together and really band together to protect all of us. Let love be at the center. Let care be at the center. And I finally say that as we hurt, let us out of this seek God's comfort, and let us seek also to make sure that these things never happen again. My heart is with you, the people of St. Kitts and Nevis, and with those who have lost these loved ones, and may these beautiful souls forever be with their Creator. Thank you for allowing me these few moments. Even though I'm a very personal business, this is most important to me.
The Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force expressed condolences to all negatively impacted by the situation. I'm Andre Huey for SKN Newsline.
Why do I love the cable? Well, I have the internet service at home and I never have issues with connectivity. And the way that they're always giving back to the community, that's impressive, and that's a win in my book.
Introducing St. Kitts and Nevis's newest TV channel, Television Caribbean, TVC Channel 40 on the cable's Ultra TV. TVC promises to deliver the finest in television broadcasting in St. Kitts and Nevis and the Caribbean, with some of the best local programs in news, sports, and entertainment. Join us for Insights, where we delve into the lives of our guests.
Let me see what happened if I put this to it. Big explosion, like, okay, note to self, don't do that again.
Or get in-depth analysis on Newsline 360. We have sports, entertainment, and inspiration. It's all here on TVC Channel 40 on the cable's Ultra TV, on TelTV Cable Network in St. Martin, and on our website www.tvcplus.live. TVC Channel 40. See the difference.
It's beautiful. He took one look at you and the angels started singing.
Another wonderful day.
What would you say about staying here for a few months or like a year, just so that we can be together again and just live and love and laugh and have fun and breathe?
Why are you hiding out on a little Caribbean island, singing in a beach bar?
When I came here, I was at peace, and I never left.
This is the beating heart of Nevis. This is what grounds me, what feeds my soul. It's where I found myself.
I hope your life here will be full of joy. Love this island, my son. She will give you more than you can imagine.
I love the cable because they're real. What you see is what you get. No hidden agenda, no tricks, just real, honest communication.
The matter of the exclusion of private sector independent news media from major events hosted by the Ministry of Tourism and the St. Christopher Air and Seaports Authority was raised when members of the Media Association of St. Kitts and Nevis were guests of Island Issues hosted by Jamie McPhail on Freedom FM 106.5. On the talk show were Media Association President Andrea Huey and Second Vice President Jermaine Abel. President Huey explained that he was hopeful of an amicable solution to the matter after having a conversation with Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew, with the current understanding that there would be a meeting between the Ministry of Tourism and the Media Association to resolve the matter. Responding to McPhail's questions on the situation that started in 2023, the President and Second Vice President commented on the matter.
Based on the information that we are getting so far, it appears to be a change in policy as it relates to restricting the number of people or the persons who are at those functions and at the airport. And I believe the resolution could be that provisions could be made to have at least one member of the media present at those functions, because the media is an important arm of the society. And even in the conversations I would have had with the Prime Minister, he made it very clear that he was unaware that this was happening. And now that it has been brought to his attention, he's going to try and intervene, because it is not the policy of the government to prevent the media from accessing information or covering things that are of importance. So that is something that we take very seriously, because the media, despite all our shortcomings, we are somewhat the voice of the people in many respects.
For me, the broad issue goes for a lot of media entities and media in the personnel, because a lot of us, as I said earlier, work with international partners, right? So if I'm going to turn up to an event and they say, okay, I need from you footage from this, that, what, for our stock purposes, when we're doing reports on St. Kitts and Nevis, we have these footage that we can use, or we have these interviews that we can reference. When we don't go to these events, it not just makes us look bad as the country looks bad, but we have nothing on record to use or to show that we, that when we're telling the story in St. Kitts and Nevis. So it makes us really look bad on the international stage when these things come out. And I could tell you this much, and Andre can also, and Jim, you can also relate to this. There are reports published when media representatives are barred from going to an event. We keep hearing places like Mexico, Honduras, those within the Middle Eastern, some of the Middle Eastern countries, they're actually, quote unquote, not media friendly. So we don't want this to be painted in that light. So we're hoping to get an amicable solution to the problem, which we sure know St. Kitts and Nevis is a really good environment that we expect to get resolved within a short.
The Media Association reaffirmed that the exclusion trend was observed since 2023, when significant events of national interest were held within secure areas and with the exclusion of the news media. Glenn Bart reporting for SK Newsline. When asked about the cautious stance of the Chamber of Industry and Commerce on the increase in the minimum wage of St. Kitts and Nevis, Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew, who recently appeared in an exclusive interview on Newsline 360, indicated that substantial accommodation had been made in support of the business community. At the time, the Prime Minister was being interviewed by Andre Huey, host of Newsline 360, a program of Television Caribbean, available on Channel 40 The Cable and via online platforms. Making his point, Prime Minister Drew pointed to the low corporate tax, the positive impact of the step on business, and the general creation of a positive business climate that facilitated economic growth to the benefit of business.
We have done tremendous amount in helping businesses. You spoke about the step workers, and there are some businesses who have step workers for years, and of course that has taken a burden away from them. For example, even with the increase in minimum wage, they don't have to pay the step worker. That will benefit them even more. And we know that if you calculate how much money has been pumped into businesses with the step workers, you're talking hundreds of millions of dollars over time, hundreds of millions of dollars that we downed to the benefit of the businesses. That's one. Secondly, we made in the budget, you would recognize there was something in there for businesses as well. When it came to the taxes, the incorporated and the non-incorporated taxes, we kept them at all-time lows, and especially in recent time, with the 27% and I think is the 3%, 2 to 3%. We kept them at all-time lows. Those are going to benefit business. Those are benefiting businesses as we speak. One of the other things that we did is that we are paying the fuel variation cost for all these businesses. It's the only place in the Caribbean where that is taking place. Because when you help people with the variation costs, you help a section of the population. But the businesses are also benefiting from the payment of the variation costs. So lower taxes, payment with electricity costs, many of them have step workers. So the operation cost is lowered because of significant
so the
input.
assistance the government provides to the business,
yes,
balance out whatever impact the minimum wage.
So we are saying that we did not approach this in a way to go after business because we believe businesses should thrive.
According to the Prime Minister, several major capital projects will begin this year that will further boost economic activity in the country. Glenn Bart reporting for SK Newsline.
Well, I love the cable. Well, it's reliable, the speed, quick. When I come in town, I'm on the Wi-Fi on my phone, I could just say, okay, let me send a quick text. Who Wi-Fi available? You watch the other Wi-Fi and you say, bye. This one say free, but it ain't really free. But the cable more reliable than the others, and it's more, it's local. It's from the home, so it's more trustworthy.
beautiful.
He took one look at you and the angels started singing.
Another wonderful day.
What would you say about staying here for a few months or like a year, just so that we can be together again and just live and love and laugh and have fun and breathe?
Why are you hiding out on a little Caribbean island, singing in a beach bar?
When I came here, I was at peace, and I never left.
This is the beating heart of Nevis. This is what grounds me, what feeds my soul. It's where I found myself.
I hope your life here will be full of joy. Love this island, my son. She will give you more than you can imagine.
So the reason I love the cable, the prices are reasonable and affordable, and they give back so much to the community and the country.
At Digital Print Plus and Crafted by Design, we're thrilled to be your go-to print shop located in the heart of Bastille. From essential services like printing, copying, and laminating, to a diverse array of school supplies, arts and craft materials, and office essentials, we've got you covered. Don't fret, Digital Print Plus and Crafted by Design are here to stay and ready to be your trusted partners for all your printing and craft supply needs. Ready for a visit? Find us at the corner between Dillio and Princess Street. Just look for the vibrant pink and yellow building with white doors. We can't wait to welcome you to our creative haven.
A wonderful spirit of partnership. That's how Minister of Foreign Affairs Carrie Simmons describes the direct connection between Barbados and Jamaica. The inaugural flight landed this afternoon at the Grantley Adams International Airport to much fanfare and an official welcoming party. The flight took 2 hours and 25 minutes today, with Captain Johan Smith at the controls. Mr. Simmons says the timing is great because it will bring the region together in several ways.
For a period of time of 3 hours, we can now have a direct flight connecting Barbados to Jamaica. Above and beyond that, the connection to Havana, Cuba, is also virtually immediate once you get to Jamaica. Empowering our people, an empowering impulse for our business community, now to unleash its potential in a relationship with Cuba, who has been nothing but good to those of us in the Southern Caribbean, Eastern Caribbean as a whole, as a partner again during COVID. This thing makes wonderful good sense, but our challenge has always been, how do we unleash the potential? Chairman, you have come to the rescue at the right time.
Inter-Caribbean is celebrating 32 years of service this year, and Chairman Lyndon Gardner says they've made history with a non-stop flight.
This direct service will unite families, friends, businesses, and education, and support great opportunities between the islands. At Inter-Caribbean, our goal has always been to advance regional travel. The new flight provides unmatched convenience, comfort, and speed between Barbados and Jamaica. It also unlocks new one-stop connections to Jamaica from Antigua, Dominica, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, St. Kitts, Guyana, and Grenada.
Acting Chief Executive Officer of the BTMI, Craig Hines, says the flight benefits both countries as it opens the doors for several growth opportunities.
We are pleased of this announcement to have a direct service between Jamaica and Barbados, serviced by their CRJ 700 70-seater 3 times weekly. As we welcome this new route, we are stepping into a chapter filled with opportunities of growth in areas such as leisure tourism, culture and sports, business travel, and economic development.
For its 32nd anniversary, the airline is doing a sale for 32 hours beginning at midnight tonight. Wendy Burke, CBC News.
School halls remain empty as teachers strike for better working conditions, including higher salaries. Multiple teachers took to the streets last Monday and will continue protest action to demand fair treatment and other benefits for the next 2 weeks.
It's overbearing. We are treated as if we are less than animals. There are basic things that the Ministry of Education can do for teachers. We don't even have proper seatings in the school.
While there are quite a few things being done for the betterment of the education sector, a lot more needs to be done, especially in the areas of salary increases and allowances and so on.
I was going to work tomorrow. I was going to strike yesterday and today and then go to work tomorrow because of the love that I have for these children.
Schools in the various districts are empty as the teachers' strike action continues. Parents have also joined in the strike in support of teachers.
I am sorry to say this, and I apologize to everybody. I am one of the person who voted this government into office, but I didn't vote them into office to treat teachers badly.
Every day, hundreds of teachers remain on the picket line with the expectation that there shall be a good outcome that will produce talks and an agreement through the process of collective bargaining. Teachers are protesting to the rhythm of drums and dancing to their chants as they await results from the Ministry of Education so they can continue in the profession that they love. For AGP Nightly News, I am Daisy Richards.
Why do I love the cable? Well, I have the internet service at home and I never have issues with connectivity. And the way that they're always giving back to the community, that's impressive, and that's a win in my book.
At Digital Print Plus and Crafted by Design, we're thrilled to be your go-to print shop located in the heart of Bastille. From essential services like printing, copying, and laminating, to a diverse array of school supplies, arts and craft materials, and office essentials, we've got you covered. Don't fret, Digital Print Plus and Crafted by Design are here to stay and ready to be your trusted partners for all your printing and craft supply needs. Ready for a visit? Find us at the corner between Delisle and Princess Street. Just look for the vibrant pink and yellow building with white doors. We can't wait to welcome you to our creative haven.
Introducing St. Kitts and Nevis's newest TV channel, Television Caribbean, TVC Channel 40 on the cable's Ultra TV. TVC promises to deliver the finest in television broadcasting in St. Kitts and Nevis and the Caribbean, with some of the best local programs in news, sports, and entertainment. Join us for Insights, where we delve into the lives of our guests.
Let me see what happens if I put this to it. Big explosion, like, okay, note to self, don't do that again.
Or get in-depth analysis on Newsline 360. We have sports, entertainment, and inspiration. It's all here on TVC Channel 40 on the cable's Ultra TV, on TelTV Cable Network in St. Martin, and on our website www.tvcplus.live. TVC Channel 40. See the difference.
So the reason I love the cable, the prices are reasonable and affordable, and they give back so much to the community and the country.
But first, we are going to begin with President Biden's fiery response to the special counsel's report on his handling of classified documents. The special counsel found no criminal charges are warranted, but also detailed evidence that President Biden willfully retained and disclosed some sensitive material. And during a hastily planned press conference yesterday, he strongly disputed an opinion expressed by the special counsel about his age, memory, and mental acuity.
Something the special counsel said in his report is that one of the reasons you were not charged is because, in his description, you are a well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory?
I'm well-meaning, and I'm an elderly man, and I know what the hell I'm doing. I've been president. I put this country back on its feet. My memory is fine. My memory, take a look at what I've done since I've become president. None of you thought I could pass any of the things I got passed. How'd that happen? You know, I guess I just forgot what was going on. I did not share classified information. I did not share it.
With your ghostwriter?
With my ghostwriter, I did not. Guarantee you did not.
But the special counsel said it.
No, he did not say that.
Okay.
He did not say that.
But Mr. President,
let me answer your question. The fact of the matter is, what I didn't want repeated, I didn't want him to know, and I didn't read it to him, was I had written a long memorandum to President Obama why we should not be in Afghanistan. And I was multiple pages. And so what I was referring to, I said classified. I should have said it should be private because it was a contact between the president and the vice president as to what was going on. That's what he's referring to. It was not classified information in that document.
All right, so Catherine Herridge is joining us now with a little more on this. So, Catherine, there was a lot of attention paid to the president's memory, but the fact is the report said that, used the term that he willfully retained and disclosed sensitive material. Not classified, but sensitive material. Can you break down the level of classification concerns and why the special counsel said that they would not prosecute?
Okay, so let's take the classification question first. Based on the special counsel's findings, there were two buckets of classified information. Some records were clearly marked classified. They include Afghan records, military strategy, and then there were records that were unmarked classified. So they had no markings, and that's a specific reference to Vice President Biden's personal notebooks and note cards. Special counsel said he took notes during highly classified briefings, including the President's Daily Brief, which is put together by the top intelligence official. It has sensitive sources and methods, and then also National Security Council meetings. And just because they're not marked classified doesn't mean at its core the intelligence is not sensitive. So we're talking sources, methods, what they call specially compartmented information, or SCI. So that's things like human spying, overhead imagery, and when those are lost or compromised, it can take years, decades to replace. I'd also emphasize that these records spanned from his time as a senator to being vice president and later, and as a sitting senator and vice president. In both of those capacities, he had no authority to remove classified information from a secure facility, and he had no authority to put them in personal notes because he could not declassify them himself.
So Special Counsel Jack Smith, as you know, last year brought charges against former President Donald Trump related to the handling of classified documents. President Biden even weighed in on this with an interview that he did with Scott Pelley in the past. I want to play some of that.
When you saw the photograph of the top secret documents laid out on the floor at Mar-a-Lago, what did you think to yourself, looking at that image?
How that could possibly happen. How anyone could be that irresponsible. And I thought, what data was in there that may compromise sources and methods? By that I mean names of people who helped, or et cetera. And it's just totally irresponsible.
So Republicans are already calling this a double standard this morning, as you can expect. A quote from House Republican leadership reads, "A man too incapable of being held accountable for his mishandling of classified information is certainly unfit for the Oval Office," suggesting that part of the reason that he wasn't charged was because he just didn't see. Well, it's back to sort of the bits about the memory, that there was no intention here. Is the White House saying anything, and can you shed any light on what, when people say there's a double standard being applied here? What is the explanation?
Sure. Okay, so let's talk about the double standard. I would encourage people to go through the special counsel's report. It does include pictures that show records jammed into drawers, boxes, abandoned in a garage, an office space. These are not secure facilities, and they really are a mirror image of the kind of pictures that we saw out of Mar-a-Lago. So that's where I think the criticism of a double standard applies. The White House has been pushing back very hard against what they say are characterizations by the special counsel in this investigation, especially what they think they've described as sort of egregious references to his memory. But I think people need to take a step back. Robert Hur is a career prosecutor. He has been described to me as someone who calls balls and strikes. He's a straight shooter. And in his opinion, based on the evidence, he probably couldn't get past reasonable doubt with the jury for a number of reasons. And he said very clearly in this report, some of those key factors involve the president's failing memory. He cited not only the in-person interview, but he also cited the president's interview with a ghostwriter for his memoir and these issues of not remembering dates like when he was vice president and the like. People have to make their own decisions as to whether that was fair game for the special counsel to make those arguments very publicly or whether they thought it crossed a line.
Catherine, great context. Thank you so much for helping us understand a little bit better.
One strike after another. This is Israel's war on Hezbollah. The army says it is hitting the armed group's military infrastructure in southern Lebanon. Israel wants Hezbollah to pull back from the border and is threatening a wider conflict to force that withdrawal in order to enable citizens displaced by cross-border fire to return safely to the north of the country. The message was delivered to authorities in Beirut by France, one of a number of Western nations putting forward proposals to de-escalate tensions while simultaneously trying to bring about a ceasefire in Gaza. Media in Israel and Lebanon say the plans call for the Lebanese army to play a bigger role in the area and for negotiations on disputed points along the land border. But in the first phase, Hezbollah would pull back at least 7 kilometers from the border. That's the range of anti-tank missiles.
They may be willing to consider a partial withdrawal from southern Lebanon, from the area south of the Litani.
Tarek Mitri was involved in negotiations that led to UN Resolution 1701, which ended the previous war between Israel and Hezbollah in 2006. He believes the armed group would be open to a deal, but not before a ceasefire in Gaza.
I don't think they would also object to a more active role for the Lebanese armed forces in the south.
The proposals on the table reportedly involve a partial implementation of Resolution 1701, which calls for disarming non-state actors within 20 to 30 kilometers from the border. It's a resolution that Israel, too, has been accused of violating because of territorial breaches. Since 2006, this border was relatively calm until Hezbollah opened this front to help relieve pressure on its ally Hamas in Gaza in October. And Hezbollah's position hasn't changed. Stop the war on Gaza and it will stop attacks on Israeli military targets in the north. But Israel is insisting on changing the security situation along the border. Hezbollah says there can't be any discussions while the war on Gaza is ongoing, so a deal may not be imminent. Instead, what is possible is more intense exchanges of fire as the warring sides seek better negotiating positions. All the while, Israel appears to be using this time to target Hezbollah's military officials and destroy its capabilities close to the border. Zana Khuder, Al Jazeera, Southern Lebanon.
The senior men's team coach and his locally based staff are in camp to continue preparation for the upcoming Copa America qualifier against Canada in March. While there are several locally based players that have been part of the team in setup, some new players have been called up who earned the praise of their coach.
A number of the players are playing in the Pro League and doing very, very well for their respective clubs. The Defence Force kids, as you know, we had a lot of them in the squad before, so a lot of the players here have been in